We, the National Coalition for Asiwaju Mandate, welcome you all here today as we address a matter of grave importance to the future of our great nation, Nigeria. We stand firm in our commitment to the ideals of good governance, transformative leadership, and progress of our beloved country. It is in this spirit that we must address the recent political tactics unveiled by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and his so-called coalition of expired political failures. Apparently, desperation knows bounds. Nigerians has once again been treated to an embarrassing spectacle, which is the unveiling of a so-called political coalition led by none other than Vice President Atiku Abubakar, a serial presidential aspirant who has consistently been rejected at the polls. It is an assembly of expired political relics, a gathering of political has-beens, desperate for relevance and driven by nothing other than their selfish ambition to hijack power for personal enrichment rather than national progress. Indeed, this gathering of disgruntled politicians is not a coalition for the people, nor is it a movement for good governance. It is an opportunistic alliance of those who abused the trust of the electorates in the past, failed woefully in delivering tangible leadership, and are now attempting to rehabilitate their battered images. Their past records are evidence in their inability to deliver the kind of transformative excellence and leadership by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has demonstrated over the years to citizens of Nigeria. These are individuals who have left behind trails of broken promises, economic mismanagement, and diverse and divisive politics. Yet, they have the audacity to form a coalition, not for the benefit of Nigerians, but to serve their selfish interests. First and foremost, let's all address the so-called leader of the coalition, Atiku Abubakar, a one-time former vice president of this country. Here is a man who has become synonymous with political failure. Don't let us forget that he is a well-known serial loser who has spent decades contesting for the presidency, only to be rejected time and time again. But by the good people of Nigeria, his desperation for power knows no bound, and his latest attempt to rally a coalition of fellow failures is nothing more than a pitiful cry for relevance. Atiku's political career is a banner which has proven his inability to connect with the aspiration of Nigerians, and his coalition is doomed to fail, just as his previous presidential ambition have repeatedly done. Moreover, joining him in these political masquerades is Peter Obi, a man who has a career out of political inconsistency. Obi's penchant for jumping from one political party to another in search of relevance is well documented. This is a man who, during his tenure as governor of Anambra State, owed civil servants more than a year's salary, a clear indication of his inability to manage resources effectively, and shamelessly trampled on the very foundation of democratic values by refusing to conduct local government elections in 7 years out of his 8-year tenure. If anything, Obi has only proven that he is a desperate politician without consistency or principles. How can such a man claim to be a champion of good governance? Equally laughable is the inclusion of Nasir El-Rufai, a man whose tenure as governor of Kaduna State was characterized by religious and ethnic bigotry. El-Rufai's bad governance divided communities along ethnic and religious lines, most especially the sad incidents that took place in southern Kaduna throughout his tenure.